nice, but great to see Giant X kind of finally showing a little bit of something on that. Almost petered out at the end, but they got across the line, right? They got there. Carmine Core on map 1 looked fantastic on split, but still a close affair, right? We've had 2 close maps. Yeah. Now, map 3, I have no idea what to expect between these two. It was left in the veto, clearly. They were happy enough to go there, but which team's actually comfortable here? I couldn't tell you for love and money, but already Fortinio finds the first. Quick trade out, so Tomasi not letting that go.
And as we all know, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish here. So this third map going to be very important to get a good start into the season.
I think already, just at eye test alone, both these teams have kind of proven quite nicely for us a couple of problems or, a couple of things that they could fix down the line, but also the potential's been off the charts. I mean, map 1, I think a lot of the Carmine Core fans will be happy with what they saw there. Giant X fans will be happy with map 2, maybe a couple of issues, but still, overall, pretty good performance.
Free sight here. And I like what we were talking about Narrate earlier. Obviously, I'm stansying for Narrate a little bit here. I think his flexibility, it's not just like playing agents, it's like playing different agents well.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna see this 4 versus 4 retake. The Sheriff on the Killjoy, love that personally.
All right, I'm looking to see what springboards them forward. Looks like just the paranoia was sent through and they're going to go for the challenge already. A little bit of a trade out on the side. Magnum and Nari still going to be on this one. Shin tries to get the little diffuse started. Dips away for a second. And Fortinio found it is clean from Carmine Core.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, that round. Just from the get-go, just like, once that initial fight happened and it came down to this 4 versus 4, it was clear to me that there was like, okay, what's next? Neither team really knew exactly what was next. We saw Giant X, they're like, okay, we already have 2 people walking towards C, there's a big fight happening at B, maybe there's an opening that we can take us 2-on-1. They get into the site, they get the plant, but it didn't look like Carmine Core had like a really good plan behind it, but then they come in for the retake. They have 1 coming late through waterfall area, 3 through spawn, and they come in and they just win their duels. They're so good at just doing the basic stuff well that this is what's kind of like carrying them right now.
See if it continues. Now, obviously, going to propel themselves forward in this round. Bulldogs coming out. There's still some, an SMG in the play, but beyond that, pretty comfortable on this buy. On the other side, Sheriffs and a Ghost. So you're looking at 5 standing, if possible, working themselves cleanly into this game. It's still the standard we hold across the board here. I want to see these rounds kept as diligently dealt with as possible and just get a good read, I guess, if you're Giant X. Try and get, a good mental picture of what you're coming up against here. So you can kind of test out, and this is a brutal side to try and break into. Yeah, Tomasi already going to find one. You see the utility being worked, but this is good. This is fact-finding for the bigger buy rounds, but still, Carmine Core have bodies here. They've got a boatload of utility, a boatload of bodies. And yeah, Red Guard's gone a little bit closer, which is nice, but again, this isn't the round to be looking at, the bigger picture. You want to see them trying to get those little bits of information. Testing out the timing, 40 seconds now. Clock going to start becoming a factor soon.
Just classics, except for the Sheriff on the board. They're baiting this. Oh, this is so smart, actually. It didn't work out, but it was smart.
The theory.
The theory behind
it.
They opened the door. They made all this pressure. They made this noise towards A. Hey, like, we're over here. Cut noise completely. Don't peek. Don't jiggle. Don't make any steps at all. And now Carmine Core is like, well, we've already committed to this rotate. Like, what are we going to do here? We can't just rotate back to B or C. Let's just push in together. They push in. If there was, like, that was like, they're probably not going to win the round, but at least they can get a kill or 2. Maybe they get a kill. They pick up a Spectre or a Bulldog or a Stinger, and then they're able to use that to get another kill. Then they get a Spike Plant. Things kind of spiral.
there, yeah.
But just starting with that one thing, that was their opening. It almost happened. The vision was there.
Hey, let's see if that continues as we get into the real meat of things, right? This is still a bit of a bonus round, though. We do have Bulldogs out, so 4 Bulldogs is still the SMG in play. So this is just, you tilt this towards Giant X, but Carmine Core getting proactive, and that's dangerous. Hoodie going to be found near on first, and look at the time left. It's still 1:20 on the board. They've got so much to try and navigate now, and they've lost all that impact. Funneling straight towards that C site, looking like they want to try and just brawl this out, but they have no real way to get in there cleanly. They have very little left with this. Cloud, yes, can facilitate something, but this is uncomfy.
very different approach than we saw in the last map, where they had a very similar composition. They had the Cypher instead of the Killjoy, but they were very static in their setups. They were doing like the 2B, 3A stuff. They weren't getting a little down and dirty. And here, the Killjoy and the Viper pushing up A main. Through the attacker Viper wall, maybe, or was it doesn't matter. They pushed up and cleared A main. They pushed him back and they got the opening kill. We didn't see that from Karmine Corp at all, really, except for one round on defense when they were on eco last game.
And look at the time this is costing, right? They had to reclear all this space because they had no one obviously watching behind, so they had to reclear this. They're down to 20 seconds or so now. By the time they're getting towards the site, you already just had, who was it on the other side? Narrate putting down the utility to clear out, make sure no one's over by mound. They're forced in towards B here. There are very few options. Fortunately, Redgar is hitting. Takes away Shin, but that plant is still precarious, still dangerous, and they're swinging the smoke. They've denied it, and that is everything. That is huge work from Karmine Corp.
Yeah, Giant X just had no options there. They have to go back and re-clear A, but when they go A, they're trying to open the door. Hey, fake A, go B. But what is that actually doing? It's pulling all of the players from C to where? Towards B, because that's the first stop on the way back towards A is to stop at B. So we see the flood coming in. They're coming through Heaven. They're coming through Waterfall. They're just sprinting in. Once they hear that spike is starting to get planted, they're like, this is our opportunity. They either have to stick the spike and they're a man down, or they get off of it and we just do this brawl anyways. Really good reactions from Karmine Corp right now. Completely different defense than we saw last map.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see the comfort of where their map pool is starting to lie. Obviously, this is the beauty of early season, right? You have no idea what the map was really going to look like from these teams. This looks a little bit better for Karmine Corp. Obviously, Sunset was Giant X's choice, but regardless, they do look quite nice here for now. We'll see if that continues as Giant X are going to be having to, suffer through this round, really. Yes, Sheriff's a little bit of utility here and there, but very little to report.
Oh,
Redgar still trying to be dangerous, trying to get some space. Vitinho taking heads as well. They're not going down without a fight. And the UI's not going down with the round either. But you know what, that's fine, we'll catch up. There it is. Nookie and Hoodie, the last two alive, but maybe they could get a little bit of damage as well. That could be good. These are rifles, these are expensive pieces for the puzzle for Karmine Corp. And options and opportunities later on, potentially for Giant X, maybe for Nookie there. A lockdown on the horizon could be lovely. Magnum not gonna make any mess of that, catching Nookie very comfortably. And it should be Hoodie as a formality now with 38 seconds. This should be very difficult.
Yeah, this is gonna be almost impossible. First kill on Magnum could be a thing, but the high-low setup with Narrate.
Shouldn't happen, right?
Wait, he's still alive. I thought for sure that guy was a gunner. He's down to 7 health. I thought for sure one bullet was gonna do it with the Sheriff. But yeah, I mean, all you can really hope for from Hoodie here is maybe a kill, maybe take away some
10 seconds left.
Something.
Get
Hoping.
get it more than just one ulti orb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that round just gone. And I need to see something more from Giant X here. So when we talk about like the game plans and the compositions here, they don't really have too many things to be explosive with. They don't have like stuns from Breach. They don't have like scans. They have the dog from Sky, but realistically, when they're on the double controller here on attack, they need to take a little bit more map control and do more fakes, do things with info denial, try to break out the Killjoy utility a little bit earlier. But Karmine Corp being very dynamic on their setups here. They're not even playing anyone C right now. They're doing an aggressive B play right now. This is really cool. And we're going to see all these coming in play soon too.
Yeah, a bit of variety, take that map space. Still showing presence here. Magnum, I mean, putting, shots down range and hoping for connection, but nothing really there. And they've already peeled away from that B attempt of maybe trying to walk someone out. I'm surprised they didn't commit a bit further towards him. Tomasi, fantastic pick up towards Hoodie. Oh, come off it. A follow-up too just seems almost unfair. And Giant X are left in tatters. They've got very little space. They're stuck in no man's land. They don't know much about the back lines, really. They just have to try and face forward or walk back into the unknown. They are in danger, and the damage off the tap of the orb. You can see the reaction. Tomasi wanted to punish Vitinho, trying to calm.
Oh, that might be a double.
That could be, but I don't think it's going to actually connect as well as he had hoped. It's not. And now they're starting to struggle here, starting to clutch at straws, trying to find any options available, but Karmine Corp already starting to surround this. They aren't putting everything out here. It looks like the swing comes in, it's a 1-for-1, but that's Spike, and that's another issue. Vitinho flies in though. That's fantastic. Vitinho still with a chance. 37 seconds, Spike back into play. He's got his ult and a 1v2. Difficult. Spot out already. I'm pretty sure he just saw Shin there.
30 seconds left.
Toying with this. He's got to know both players nearby. How much can he do? Paranoia is sent down 20 seconds now, time ticking. Paint Shell there to try and find some safety. Pops the he's getting paranoid, he's getting nervous, he's getting worried. He wants to plant, but he won't have the time to get away from this. Not at all. Shin played it very well there. If he'd left it a second later, that could have been dangerous.
And Carmine Core is just steamrolling right now. They have so much confidence. You can see it in all the individual decisions that they're making. You can see it how they're calling the starter round plan where the 3 people B leaving C completely wide open. They don't care. Now they have the Viper ulti unlocked. They have the Killjoy ulti for the retakes on whichever side. We do see the attacker Killjoy ulti as well, but are they going to use it here? Are they going to buy? They could get Vandals and Light Shields. They can't really do much more than that. They have to take attack. They have to think about what are we going to do here. We're down 5-0. We're not really playing into our confidence at all. We're getting flood on by Carmine Core. We don't have options. We can't cancel our plan once we see that like things are looking a little bit bad. We're just bleeding out here. What can we do to stabilize? How can we like make this a little bit easier for us? We haven't seen them work towards C at all, really.
No.
We've only seen them go on into B when it's like these late round situations where they're not able to go here or there. So they need to just like pull something else out of their strat book. They have to have more depth than this, right?
You'd hope so. I mean, they kind of took that look towards that C side initially when, again, though, you look at what happened, the fact that Carmine Core then pushed 2 players up from A and managed to completely disrupt the entire plan, and that got scrapped. And from that point onwards, it feels like Carmine Core have had such of the, I don't even say like upper hand, but that's a comfortable read. They've just been really not put out of place by Giant X at all here when it comes to at least the early rounds, it feels like. We didn't even see the end goal of potentially that 3-man stack in B when we saw them kind of like pushing out. There's a lot of unknown with Carmine Core that's been working, so I'm a bit worried the Giant X don't even see the full picture yet. They're still trying to catch up on what's in front of them. And it does look like the Light Shield, Vandals or Rifles just coming out here. Judge in play as well. That's for Hoodie. So they are starting to really feel the pinch here and suffer through this. I mean, the lockdown's there for Nuki. Maybe this is the chance. Maybe this is the round they can pull something to... Oh, no. No. Look at the patience. Look at the patience. Look at this man. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. The turn. He got 2. He got Redgar as well. This is devastating. This round's already in tatters. By not checking that box, things have just gone nuclear.
You know, you talk about Redgar and you talk about how much experience he has and what he's bringing to the table as an IGL here, but we're just seeing we're out of options. What do we do? Let's just go 5-man B from the start of the round. We have Omen ulti. Why are we not trying to like fake like we're taking control of an area, denying info, using the Omen ulti to pull rotations, to scout out what's happening in the site? They're not even clearing their corners. They don't even spam the box at the start of the round. They're not doing the fundamentals right. It's like the whole team has a mental cloud blocking them from doing just like the simple things right now. And Carmine Core is doing the simple things flawlessly.
I'm a little bit stunned, especially after a timeout that you just had kick in. You'd think they'd come in with, the best approach possible. They'd, maybe get their heads straight a little bit here. Yeah, again, 3 still standing. Money's going to be really swelling for the Carmine Core side. They can start getting a little bit more, buffer behind them. And they felt no bigger threat. Yeah, a couple of ults are still here, but they're going to be down on Sheriffs on, a very weak purchase. I'm worried about this. This follow-up. What? How did he get Redgar then? Thank you for the slow-mo, because this just seems... Hey. I watched it 2 times and did...
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, apparently. But I'm worried for Giant X, because this is where you'd think with Pipson being coach, with Redgar as an IGL, they should be able to give you these solutions, and they're not finding it yet. Now we're starting to see Carmine Core flex a little, right? We've got a little bit more of an aggressive lean here from Shin. Paranoia have to be invested to force him away, so he's going to be taking away some of that critical utility they're going to be dwindling on here. Already Fatinho trying to find a fight early on, but no one really falling for this.
Yeah, you see the same pack, the Fade, the Raze, the Omen, fighting together this time at C, leaving a little bit of exposure towards A. Viper getting a little bit interested in what's happening over at A. Hoodie's out saying, hey guys, there's nothing here. Maybe we can come back. Killjoy's got a couple of mollies to stall, but that's about it. They're leveraging the Raze Rocket, the Killjoy ulti for this retake. They know that there's no real counterplay from the attackers. If the attackers decide to go A, what are they going to do? Viper, already getting into the site, is going to reactively place this Viper ulti here if needed, but getting spammed through the smoke is just like,
that's a spot as well.
It's a salt on the wounds right now.
Yeah, this is insult to injury sort of level. They're going to start struggling with this one because they've just lost out on Hoodie, which is rough. And again, Magnum got the follow-up. He even noted the second player there. That's not going to be a surprise. They already have bodies towards B. Well, they've already got information let towards B, so they don't have any real threat here yet. Carmine Core feeling not pushed out of position, not feeling worried about it, and you're looking at the time, we're down to 20 seconds on the board. So this is when you're running low. Again, there's the utility in play. They have a complete control of this map. Redgar slipping a little deeper is about the only thing that they got on their side, and it doesn't even matter. The spike's finally gone down, but you've got 3 players and a prayer, basically. And what do you do? Now you've got the lockdown coming in against you. What are you meant to do with this?
And you're 2 men down. You can't even trade, really. You do.
Oh
no! You hate to see that. It's just like, everything's over, and then it's just like, it's even more over at that point. It's like, what do you even do? Do you laugh it off? Do you just get sad? Like, what? Oh, man. It's just like, Carmine Core has plot armor at this point, type of thing.
Literally. I mean, it's the revenge arc, right? Look at that smile. Look at these guys. The last season, I think everyone realized being a Carmine Core fan was rough. It was a really rough season for them. I think we saw glimmers of hope throughout it, but I mean, they gutted it from the inside out, right? They completely rebuilt this roster. They got arguably one of the very well-respected coaches in the game behind this team. They went to market and they got themselves a squad. Already seeing this is fantastic for them. 7-0, this is a big confidence booster against one of the probably more established rosters still in this league that hasn't rebuilt massively. This is a huge boon for them. This would be, you know, as said, a prize to put on the mantelpiece, but we go back in, buy back in place. Couple of ults in play here for Giant X. They have an opportunity to do something with this, but Shin, once again, rinse and repeat, and this time, he draws blood from it.
Yeah, man. Right now, your Giant X, you have to be thinking, what are we going to do to get ourselves our first round on the board? And they have 3 ultis to work with. They have the cabbages from the Sky. They could use the Omen ulti as part of a fake with the Sky ulti once they get the information. They can hunt down the Viper with the Sky cabbages, and the ulti doesn't matter because when he just walks in and just takes him out.
That's reasonable things, isn't it, really? Reasonable things. Plant will be coming down. This is the best opportunity we've had in a moment here. They can get themselves a little bit more situated, right? The post-plant can be a little bit more comfortable, but we're going to start seeing those ults being lent upon. Nookie almost just trying to hinder, slow down, keep them back. You can see the temptation.
Yeah,
Cloud's
right?
really chomping at that bit. He's like, but what if I get the timing right? I can get 3. Guys, think about what I could do here. And the timing could be right. Depends on Shin. He does catch Shin. That opens up the floodgates to the potential of the lurk. But now look towards the side. Fatino's still waiting patiently and actually denies the ult, doing any sort of damage, leaving it all on Magnum in a 1v3. There we go. Response made for Giant X, but it was a long time coming.
It's just crazy to see that the first round that they get on the board, they have Omen ulti, they have Sky ulti, and they have Viper ulti at their disposal. And what do? They lose first blood instantly, and then they go and walk into a Viper ulti 1 versus 1 to open up the round there. That is just like, this is not normal, right?
That's not what you want to bank on, right? Like, that's not, you sit back and you watch us back as a team, you're like, maybe this isn't how we should have started that, you know? But you take it when you get them. But you know, when you look bigger picture, there's a reason Giant X have just used both of their timeouts here, right?
Yeah.
Like there is a reason that round is not a repeatable round that you're going to be looking back on going, awesome guys, do it again. You're looking at, okay, what did we learn and what can we implement going forward to try and salvage this half?
Yeah, well, if I'm Hoodie, I'm definitely telling, hey, Redgar, I'm walking out A for free every round. This is so free. You guys can go towards C. There's a lot of, you know, you're going to have to fight into 3 people. Shin's doing this play where he's getting out behind Mound, teleporting away after he gets that value. But if we're able to get into C area, get that rocket on the raise, leave people there. I'm going to walk out A. You can send 2 more people back to me, and then you guys can do a fake onto C with the raise rocket, see what value you can get, and then we have just the Killjoy or just the Viper on A. We can easily go in 2, 3 versus 1, get that kill, and then Hoodie can post plant, pop the Viper ulti, stabilize on the site. Is that the play they're going to do? There was a timeout. Is that what they talk about? I hope they have an actual plan with these ults rather than just winging it again, like they have for the last 7 rounds, basically, except for last.
Well, here we go. Let's see if they are looking to maybe employ you as potentially a coach, IGL, you know, get you in there. As it stands, patient beginnings. It is similar scenes though. You're absolutely on the money. Hoodie, once again, no real challenge over by Robert. Yes, we've seen 1 challenge early on, which did go Casey's favor, but again, not going to get anything for it. Looks like they're going to be leaning through towards B, and there's players here. There's a disaster around this corner. This could be a horror show for Giant X if they continue along this path, and they're going to go for it. Coutinho going to lead the way. They are just behind these smokes, and the flash is just a disaster again. Look at this. Magnum gets a freebie onto Coutinho. They now know the plan. The ult's going to come in, though. That could give them a bit of stability here.
they might end up closing this round with this Viper ulti really well placed, disabling basically all of the waterfall entrance here. The Flood having to come through Heaven and not even a great amount of space there. Redgar in position to get a great backstab.
No! He takes down Hoodie of all the people, and then Nari's next man in. This is so punishing. Redgar and Nuki, though, still in this one, still having an opportunity to do some damage. Look at this timing. It's exceptional. Tomasi isn't stopping, though, and neither is Martine. This is just horrific for Giant X. That is heartbreak, but what a way to play it back through for Carmine Core.
The thing is, like, I don't even know if Giant X would have deserved that round in that situation.
Your
right?
expression at the start of it was just horrific.
But we see a Hoodie going out A, and then he's going to come back to B, group with a team. I see the vision getting into B, get that flank, get the Viper ulti down, we're going to win. But when you go into B, you can't just go into B and just expect that to be it. You need to get into the extremities. You have to take control over Blue or Heaven or Waterfall. You need control of space to deny the amount of places they can flood from. Yeah, sure, they have Redgar on the flank, but they had no info C. Yep. They didn't even have info B. They could have walked into a 3-man trap again. You know, Martine could be there behind the box again. Did they even clear it?
And now, a little bit of a... I want to see the difference here. Again, we do have this similar look to an extent, at least coming out from Carmine Core. They've set this precedent that they will put players towards Mound. This time it is a different player, though. Just the same. Shin before, going to be picking up that mantle, rotating off the back, because look at this. They have so much of the map for free. They know this. They can instantly put bodies towards B, towards A. They can just leave him to his own devices. Does Fatinho connect? That could be critical, and it is. Fantastic. That is sight ready for the taking, but Nara... What is that? Threads the needle so perfectly to find Redgar and Fatinho and basically make this one back looking viable. Back down to a 3v3. The plant will come in uncontested as it stands, as Hoodie basically using himself as the bodyguard, right? I'll put my life on the line for this. You better get that plant down because he's overwhelmed. Martine so quick to swing around that corner. Back down to the 2v2 now. Nari's still standing, though. There's still a problem until then. Cloud holding onto the line. TP gets taken. Shin falls to Cloud. And Giant X just stabilizing.
And Giant X is realizing that A is their opening into this game. That's where the rounds are being won right now. Off the back of Hoodie walking out saying, hey, it's clear. Hey, I think the Viper's playing in tree every round. The Killjoy lurk into B from Nuki, realizing, hey, the turret's in blue room right now. The Killjoy's probably towards the A part of the map. They know it's just those two to deal with. The Rocket coming in with the Omen blind into tree room. The Rocket taking out the Viper. Killjoy falling. And it's like, everything's looking good for you. Can you rely on that again? Are you going to combo these ultis with the Sky Cabbages plus the Omen ulti? We haven't really seen, we saw the Cabbages, but we haven't really seen the Omen ulti yet.
He got the Rocket. Come on, come on. That just seems...
They're so shook. They're so shook because they've lost Redgar there. Shin's been winning that duel a lot, so they're just like giving so much respect.
I mean, but look at the rotation, right? They've got so much faith in Shin. They're leaving him solo here. Yeah, he's playing a little bit further ahead, so he can kind of... I guess there's still time for them to get to the site, but he's felt that pressure. He's decided wisely to back away, give up a little bit of that space. It's the first time we've seen them really check on this, to pressure this point well. Shin sends down the Paranoia, dips away further. Still going to make them work for their dinner. All this utility to just clear him. Nuki backhands him, but flying through the air. Oh my god! There's no way he's doing this. 3 kills. Giant X can't catch a break. This one, just put a fork in it, it's done. It's overdone, if anything. Nuki and Hoodie, you're gonna need to dig your heels in. Show me what you're made of here.
Stick a fork in me, Jerry, I'm cooked. Oh my goodness, it's just like... Just anybody that's played Raze for Carmine Core today has had such huge impact with the abilities.
Okay, first step.
First step.
Hoodie, no more steps. Okay, this...
Yeah. I'm almost speechless at this point because it's like, it doesn't matter what Giant X is doing right now. You could tell from the way that they're playing these rounds out that they don't have depth to their game plan.
Nope.
They don't have confidence in their game plan, and they don't have confidence in what's happening right now. Hopefully, like going to the second half, they have way more comfort on their defense side. But right now, it looks like they're just drawing blanks. They don't know what to do. They have all this space at A, but they don't use it. They have like congestion at C, but they can't get an early kill or early stabilization there. And then they just say, well, nothing's working, let's just go B. But they're going to go into B, and we're going to see all of Carmine Core there again.
I'm I genuinely worry about the bigger picture map pool-wise for Giant X then, because what we saw, yes, Sunset looked okay. I wouldn't say it was perfect. They got pushed, but yeah, okay. I'll bank that for another time for now. You can already see this. Yeah, this is starting to look really worrying. No one actually punishing that as much as it could have been punished. They managed to keep themselves alive. But also then remember, they've had no real glimpses of the rest of this map. They have no information on C, on A, if anyone's pushing up, pressuring. This is going to cost them time on the replay. You can see it now. There is no pace to this.
Maybe they can use this half.
Maybe. Maybe a treat for us.
Use it for info. Use it as a part of a fake. Use it for something. Right now, it feels like they're just going through the same motions, the same steps. But those steps haven't worked for them. Why do they think it's going to work now? Of all times. Maybe fake TP in. The Killjoy has not played C a single time. He's had setup on A and B every single round this game. But
and look at the lack of biting on this fake, right? Look how deep you're seeing Carmine Core sit, right? There is that, deep play to them. Yeah. But again, they are not leaving B. They are not leaving A. They've not fallen for what Redgar is trying to sell by any means. And the ult, if anything, I don't know how many that would have fought potentially.
I
think so. And that actually might help sell
this. My god, it gets all the way into C. They know, and the flood is coming here, but Redgar's space
the only one.
The only thing that's going to be
helpful.
Oh, wait, no. Hoodie's flank timing could also be really good.
Oh, this is all going to be ridiculous, isn't it? Nuki could try to do some damage. Carmine Core, though, in for the scrap, in for the brawl. Redgar comes back around. Now the time. Cloud trying to get that plant down, trying to do something with this one. The last one stand. He can't do it anymore. Wait. How?
The thing finally happened that they were chasing each other from basically a lobby all the way through, and the last basically second of the round, that flank comes in. That is absolutely absurd. They had no chance.
There was no time.
But that's what they're thinking. He's like, Tomasi's like, oh, there's no time. I'm not gonna peek. So he stops, and because he stops, Hoodie's able to actually flank him.
That's crazy.
That is absurd. Wow. Like, honestly, it's just like. Honestly, they can have that round at that point.
Yeah, you're gonna let them have that one?
Yeah, just let them have it. It's just like, okay, we're 9-3. You know what? 10-2.
Yeah,
let him have it. You know what? If he's gonna do this around the world flank like this, honestly, he probably just deserves it at this point. Oh man, yeah, he ran away because there was no time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, because you could argue this was looking 10-2 sort of deal going on here, but. Live to fighting another day. 9-3, curse or not, it doesn't really matter. What we've seen so far is that Giant X were hitting a brick wall. They were not able to figure it out on their feet. And Carmine Core looked sharp. They looked very solid in it. I don't think we really got to see them tested particularly, so I'm kind of interested to see how they look when it's their turn to paint the picture on the attacking side, right? When it's their turn to test things out, how do they fare? We already have a little bit of a different look here, kind of taking their time over towards that C side of the map. It could be a challenge on Redgar potentially, but again, they're spreading, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. They've still got that pressure over towards A. They're seeing what space they can take.
The funny thing is, I see like the same kind of idea behind Giant X's defense. Viper towards A with the alarm bot from the Killjoy, the turret as well, and then the 3-pack onto the C site. We see this, the defense from Giant X, but they couldn't break it. When they played against basically the same thing, swap out Sky for Fade. That's what Carmine Core was doing, but we're going to see this A play.
Okay, it's on Hoodie to try and hold him back. Oh! That's just unfair! Barely past the watershed, and look what's happening. 5v4 now. Cloud, Redgar, Nuki, and Fatino still trying to hold this together. But look at Nurate's position. Oh, what is going on with these players? Carmine Core are hitting everything that's breathing. The only strike back coming from Cloud, but okay, that's lovely follow-up, taking another step forward. This is only a one-man advantage now to their side, and maybe Cloud, I mean, they're taking no more chances. Yeah, it's a 3-man swing, and Redgar's positioning. I don't know if he's got anything more in him. He can smoke them off, but there's 3 players. That's 3 bodies you can commit. The paint shell almost being the additional.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nice.
That's gonna work.
NT. No, hey, look, it might work once and it doesn't.
It doesn't work here.
That is double digits now found for Carmine Core, and they looked good in doing it again. I'm worrying about the map pool for Giant X here because this is not looking like it's part of it.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking good. When you look at these 2 teams playing this map and how they're playing this map, the only real difference in their composition right now is Fade for Sky. Everything else is pretty much the same. But the difference in just the understanding of why they're running the agents, why the agents in certain positions, it's just the understanding from Carmine Core and the confidence behind the plays and the comfort on the agents. It's just, it eclipses what Giant X looks like on the exact same thing, basically.
Well, we get to see Outlaws out to play. They do very well for themselves. Cloud down to 4 HP, Neuron off the rip. So wait and see how this goes. Again, I think Carmichael just taking their time here. There's no real hurry to things, showing a little bit of presence, but kind of backfilled again, though. You're still going to see the kind of similar scenes, right? Redguard getting posted over towards that C mound, instantly going to alleviate the rotations, but if they double dip, there's a problem. Then you only have Redguard holding half of the map, essentially. And that's now worst fear scenario. He's got to make sure he's scarce and doesn't get picked up in the meantime. But again, as long as Carmichael don't leave this too late, you know, down to the 20-second marker when things can get, you know, a little bit precarious, I'm fine with this.
Ray is just indecisive right now. I think there was a good idea behind Giant X's plan with the A defense, having Omen just get baited out at C, but the hit's going to come into A. It's going to be a 5 versus 4.
Yeah, bodies are here. Bodies are on the line. Can they make this a brawl? Can they make this a fight? Can they make this dangerous? It feels like Martin might be feeling something here. I don't think he likes what's on the other side. He can smell something on the other side of that wall. And Tomasi has found Fatinho. That's not the telling part. This is now going to be on Redguard to try and hold back. So many players trying to come through his way. And he just can't withstand the pressure. Too many players coming on through. This might be 5 alive here for them. Giant X maybe thought they had, you know, something in the hand there as they were coming towards that A side, but this quick rotation, this a big adjustment towards B. It's worked very well for Carmichael.
Yeah, I like the idea from Giant X at the start of the round. Omen shows himself at C. Here comes the re-clear from the fade. Oh, there's someone at C right now. A's probably open. They go towards A. They get completely stalled out by the Viper wall. There's the 4-player flood. I feel like Giant X, maybe they shouldn't even put the wall up. They had the stack there, and they probably, Carmichael probably thought, hey, GX has 3 people towards C. We can go into A site for free. That Viper wall comes up, they're like, wait, we can't go here.
Weird, yeah.
The wall finally drops 15 seconds later. Oh, wow, there's a lot of people here. We're going B now. I feel like that wall might have actually, unironically, made them lose the round.
Yeah, really hindered them. So, I do think this might be spiraling out of control here. If maybe we saw the start for Giant X kind of hitting that they came into this year on the second half even picking up everything they needed, right? Like everything's starting to look good for them. It's not been that, and that's the bigger problem for me, that they are struggling to string this together here.
And one of the things to note this round is we still have Magnum with the Outlaw, and we have 4 players with light shields. So it's going to be very interesting here. The Killjoy about to have really good potential impact here with this Outlaw. We could see, oh my god.
Tomasi's got it too.
And they might have this fight here at C right off the rip as well with this. Instantly peeking, getting under this one way with it because
they kind of off.
Don't even have to hit the head.
Yeah, this is huge. This is huge. Here we go. Does he actually get what he wants? Redguard denies it.
The one way.
Okay, that's fine. Tomasi's still got one. It's you know, there's still a chance. He is nowhere near here, by the way. Tomasi's gone walkabouts. He's so deep on A. I was like, which Viper is that? Why is that? But, I mean, massive progress. And that's going to cause them scrambling from Giant X. They're not sure what the hell's going on. They've just seen a huge brawl over towards C, but players snuck up here.
And this, putting the wall up after taking out the alarm bot is threatening the CT spawn push. This guy's coming to re-clear, find out what's going on. Huge rotation out of C to come in and defend this A site. I wonder, is Carmichael going to end up going B, or are they going to run all the way through and go C with this? They have no one to connect from C lobby, so maybe they just, yeah, let the round simmer a little bit.
They've got the opportunity to do it as well, right? It's like they've got every chance to do this because these rotations, these positions, these kind of contact points have come through from...
Good pre-game.
Yeah, that's stunning. Okay, Nuki denies. No rotation, no B site. You stay right there. That's it. That's all you get given. Hoodie going to add insult to injury, but this one is looking kind of wrapped up here. Tomasi not getting what he wanted. Position, duly noted. Lovely. That's the Nuki you want to be seeing, that kind of... I guess a rock, the backbone of a team. We haven't seen that sort of level yet. I mean, it's very early days, but still, I'd love to see that starting to come through here for Giant X.
And when you're down a man like that for Carmichael, I feel like you have all that space towards A. You can do so much more with it. So I wonder if that's one of those rounds they go back and review. Could they have, in that 4 versus 5, walked into CT? Could they have taken that fight there? Could they have rotated a player back into B main or into C lobby so that they could do some sort of C split by going through B? Could they have kind of rocked the boat a little bit, break the door, go towards B, make it seem like it's going to be a B ending, and then go back to A? Could they have done these things? They probably had the opportunity to, but I feel like they just like let that round slip. Yeah, it was their bonus. Yeah, they had a couple of outlaws, but like trying to force that one way at C, that was a little bit questionable. But then 4 versus 5, 40 seconds left, you still have round time to work with.
Yeah.
let the round develop a little bit more. You don't have to like make this round end. So Giant X getting another victory in the round there, a little bit of more space to breathe, and maybe we could see something happen. We didn't get to see a whole lot of things. They didn't have depth on their attack side. Maybe they have depth on their defense though. We don't know. We have to see this first.
Okay, diving back in. Always nice to hear Stevie. If you're an EMEA fan, you'll remember Stevie from obviously last season as well. Nice guy.
I met him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Nice.
He was nice, yeah. Yeah.
Dresses really well as well. It just like puts all of us to shame. It's atrocious. But again, digress here, and we go back into this one. So let's see if there's been a little bit of a correction brought into effect. Maybe they just want to really keep this fine-tuned coach for Carmine Core. That was a Carmine Core timeout, keep in mind, after that one round that slipped away. So this is quite interesting to see them pumping the brakes so early on. And then look at this reaction. I mean, it's almost instantaneous. They are just straight in towards the site as best they can. Nookie, considering, does he stick around? Does he commit? Does he back? He's absolutely going to try and filter a little further away, but he loses life for it. And look at this, Carmine Core just shredding them. And these kind of in-between fights, uncertain if they wanted to commit or not, has cost them their lives. Yes, Cloud succeeds, but they're in a 2v4. There's so much more to do here. And Carmine Core didn't even get towards getting the spike down. This was just halfway through towards the site. And Hoodie, this is so precarious. These positions, they're so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think Giant X is cooked and they know it too. There's not really much that they could do here. Waiting for a potential flank. They have no info. It's what's happening. They're waiting for Carmine Core to potentially make a mistake, overextend, offer up an isolated duel. Yep,
okay.
Here it is.
There it is.
An opening.
But can Hoodie keep his life? Can anything happen for him? No. And Cloud couldn't trade it. So again, this is when the numbers come into play. But I like this timing from Cloud. I like what he's trying to do here. A chance given. He couldn't quite grab it in time. But I liked the attempt. Wasn't to be. Carmine Core really happy to let that round sit for a little while, simmer in that position.
And that's where the Sky nerf or change is really going to come into play. He was out of flashes, had enough time elapsed there. Maybe he has another flash. Maybe he's able to get a kill and use the flash to assist his teammate to bail him out. Maybe he uses it on that initial fight to make it a 1 versus 2. Like there's things that you could have done with Old Sky that here, not really an option.
Speaking of not many options, Giant X really running low. No ults to depend on, no spiral round to bank in here, but 12 on the other side. Carmine Core in a whole new lease of life here with this roster, looking fantastic. Redgar looks dead. I don't know how he's still standing, and actually Cloud gonna take down one. But look at this, Cloud is the backline, the backbone, and the only one trying to do anything here. Leaving it all down to Narrate in a 1v3. Cloud's just, oh man. God. This guy's sharp too.
Waterfall. It's a 3-on-1.
I don't know what's happening. I don't think that was a good choice. And part of me feels this is very doable, because you look at the clock, they've still got a minute, right? Like, do they just stay together? Do they stay as the duo, right, on the other side, which I imagine they should do. But it's like, it leaves so much space, so much of the map.
They should stay close enough together that the Killjoy is able to keep her abilities online, and then they can hear the A door open. So if there's going to be any play here, then they have the heads up. They know what's happening. But the Killjoy is too far away.
Why didn't they readjust? It's an extra man almost, right? That's literally almost like a, well, 2.5, right?
Yeah, all you have to do is be close enough to A to keep the abilities online.
And they get a warning system. Like, whenever he gets somewhat close, this is a real blunder coming out. Narrate now, opportunity beckoning. This is looking done, and that is devastating. If that's how you go down, Hoodie just powering forward. It's done, and it's over. A clutch from Nari, but what a damn good game from Carmine Core.
That was really well played by Carmine Core. And even there, that last round, I don't understand. It looked like Giant X really didn't understand the map. It really didn't look like they understood their composition. They have a lot to work for this next game, and just to make sure that they don't look like this. But Carmine Core looking really good. This is a really good debut for them. So I'm hopeful. They looked good in so many different ways, individually, team-wise, team composition, team cohesion.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah, big tick in the box, and I think